Catus, Maximus here. So, self-adjusting locking Vise-Grip type pliers that actually work. I've reviewed a couple different versions, a Craftsman's and some other brand. There's been various attempts at automatic sizing locking Vise-Grip style pliers, and a lot of the mechanisms just didn't work, or were very poor, were very clunky, not reliable. So Daniel and Robert Poole, P-O-L-E, were the people who were behind these patents. And surprisingly enough, the patents for this was granted in like 2001, applied for in 2001. I'm learning about patents. The 20-year time frame that you have for it's not unlike copyrights. Patents on physical systems only last 20 years, and it's 20 years from the application date, not from the date that's granted. The patents ran out on these in 2021, and just everybody's been knocking them off. There's a bunch of different brands. Walmart's Hart, Chesco. There's some random Chinese brands. Lockjaw was the original ones from when Dan and Robert Poole patented them, and I believe that they had Beta Tools of Germany manufacture them. There's a lot of different designs of self-adjusting pliers like these Olympias here, but man, when it comes to vice grips, no. Anyway, these are the ones that actually work, and so their patented system really has to deal with this rail here and this cam. The only thing that's funky about them, as you can see, is that handle goes way out there. Like, wow, that's a little hard to deal with sometimes, but nonetheless, we have nothing in the jaws, and these things lock down. And interestingly enough, the adjustment screw here is to adjust the locking pressure. It has nothing to do with the size. So, locks down tight there. We can grab on something intermediate here. Locks just fine like that. We can grab onto something even larger diameter, such as this portion up here. And they actually work. Unbelievably, they just actually work. And I can't believe I haven't run into these. And I'm also blown away that it is a mechanical hand tool system that was patented post the year 2000, because, man, the hand tool industry has been unbelievably competitive worldwide. And from the late 1800s through the year 2000, really, it's just all manner. Just, you basically think everything had been tried, but they spent, the Poole brothers spent a long time really trying to refine this system. And the weakest part I've heard about these is this little linkage right here. If you get these too tight, that little linkage will break. I did read a couple of forum posts about that. So that's one thing that the good old set of vice grips have, is that just this bar here is pretty tough. And I've heard basically the two failure modes of vice grips, when you just have them adjusted so tight that you're that you're using a set of channel locks just to lock down your vice grips, which I've done. I've had them where I needed to have them so tight that I had to use a set of channel locks to close the vice grips. You either shear one of the rivets or you bend this center beam. But man, you can get vice grips, super tight. You're rounding out the teeth and that type of stuff. And so these won't quite achieve those same locking pressures, but I mean, in 90%, 95% of the applications, these things will work just great. And so the real trick here is that we have this column, and this actually is a special shape. So this is what the spring is wrapped around, and this is a special shape. This is a slider, and that's a cam. So as soon as the handle comes down far enough, this cam forces this sliding piece to rock up and bind on this post. I don't know why it has that shape, but that must be, part of the trick of allowing it to run smoothly while still binding up. So when the handle comes down, it starts to operate that cam, causes this to bind up in whatever position it's in, and then allows it to lock. And the reason I say Beta made them is because everything from the little markings on the jaw, the texturing, the way the patent number is labeled, Even the set and forget little logo is exactly the same on the Beta. So I believe Beta is who made the lockjaw ones, but since their patent expired 5 years ago, just everybody makes them. I'm going to make a video about light bulb shapes at some point. Light bulbs. More videos about light bulbs. So everybody's been copying these. Walmart's had their Hart brands, or these Chesco, which was known for making decent Allen wrenches, but it's kind of like a tool company of a bygone era. I would avoid these Chescos. So they're a copy of that patent, except for the whole lower handle is the quick release. That's no good because you'll just be hitting that handle too easily, and a lot of times when you're using locking pliers, you need to wrench back and forth. Not possible. The Chesco's bad idea on what they did, so don't get the Chesco ones. Definitely get the Beta 1057A. So the weak point is this little rod right here. They could have made that stronger. Easiest way of putting it. Otherwise, the reason that there's this adjustment here is just tuning the cam over point. Once it's actually locked in place, that screw doesn't actually make contact. What it's doing is it's just setting up a limit to where the over center is going to occur. But we can see that mechanism here to where as you go down with the handle, it's rotating the cam, and right you can see where it squeezes in just a little bit right at that point to where the handles get close enough to lock, and right at that point you can just see it's starting to rock up the sliding piece, causing it to bind, and so the only remaining motion is for it to actually lock and go over center. So as we were gripping this large diameter, we can see what happens is that it slides way down until that the handle gets compressed enough to where the cam causes the bind. And as soon as that happens, now we're just at the over center. And so it's actually a really neat feature, because with vice grips, you're using them, you're adjusting them just so you can get either a normal amount of tension, and maybe if you need them to be a little bit tighter, you have to adjust them a little bit tighter so that they won't slip. But you always have to do that for every size that you're attempting to grip. So you have to thread it out, test fit it, see if it's gripping tight enough. If it's gripping too tight, you lose a little bit, and you tighten it up a little bit if it isn't gripping enough. So it's a little bit of a hassle, but just a proven, robust design. And the way they have this binding system, that is the genius here, because that allows you to take the adjustment screw and just turn it into something where you're simply, essentially universally adjusting how much clamping pressure. So whether you're gripping something thin like sheet metal or something larger in diameter, you're going to get the same amount of pressure. The only thing I have noticed is that in the fully closed position, there seems to be just a little bit more pressure. It seems that it's just a little harder to close in this position than in any of the more open positions. And that may just be a quirk of this particular design. But man, just super cool. And so many designs that don't work, those really do. And now as far as jaw openings, if I thread out the vice grips, we can get about the same amount of jaw opening as I can on these. So they really are competitive with some good old vice grips. Actually, this is a junky pair. I have a lot of pair of genuine vice grips, probably 20 pairs, but this is I'm going to put with, I have a polar set that can work with vice grips. Anyway, not a lot else to say. Pretty interesting mechanism, even if you have something that's really outsized. I was just discovering this. Getting across the head of this is about as broad as you can get. As a matter of fact, I can't even do that with one hand. That is not as easy as it looks. There we go. Okay. Well, this won't work because I've run out of spring here. So, almost can grip a fall jaw opening. It's probably about like that, which is the maximum. They probably didn't need to have such a stout spring in there, but I think they did that just to really make sure that this thing doesn't get stuck and really gets forced forward. If they had a bit lighter spring, then this could slide back further, and I probably would be able to grip all the way across the long cross-section of that. And so that would be the only thing. They do make needle nose versions of these. They make the big C-clamp welding clamp styles. They make small 7-inch pairs, so I'll eventually get the various other sizes of these that are out there. There are some that are painted black and red, and those are kind of cool. But I can't believe, I may have run into these over the years of making tool videos, but just they never really clicked for me. And probably because I had, poor experiences with other attempts at making self-adjusting locking or automatic adjusting locking pliers. But I never ran into these lock jaws, and I understand Beta Tools is a respected, they primarily sell in European markets, but they are a well-respected, just like OTC and Wright and so many other well-respected American brands. Beta is a solid tool company, and so you can get the cheaper versions. They're about 20 or 25 bucks for the 10-inch set. Beta brand, the Beta Tools one, which I believe is the true OEM of these, a lot more expensive, 50 bucks or something. But I probably trust the materials and the build quality of the Beta brand ones or the genuine lockjaw ones over some of the other cheaper ones like the Chescos. And I don't know how good the Walmart Hart ones are, but they're probably a pretty solid deal. Anyway, I think these things are just super cool on how well they work. Just every single time I fiddle with these and use them on whatever diameter I've tried to use them at, they have always just been absolutely solid. And oddly enough, you actually loosen. It's just the opposite on the Vise-Grips. This tension screw, one, it's really sensitive. A 360-degree turn on this screw could be the difference between not even physically being able to close the pliers or they're being loose. But it makes it super easy and just super reliable. And I'm kind of surprised these didn't catch on more. And not a lot else to say. They actually do what they're advertised to do. They just may not be able to, they just may not be quite as strong in the locking section as a genuine set of Vise-Grips. Other than that, if this gets rusted, then this probably doesn't slide very well, and so you'll have to, periodically maybe put a drop of oil in this section. But, this big old handle here to handle that slider, I actually don't mind. To tell you the truth, I don't mind that at all, just because it's a lot more comfortable. It's just a much wider surface area, and a lot of times you're putting a lot of force on a pair of Vise-Grips, and having that big bulbous handle is actually pretty cool. It helps with the ergonomics. And as I said before, these things just work. They just work every single time I try to use them or clamp onto something. They just work great. And man, for service work, so many industries, just exactly that, where you would use Vise-Grips more just because you like the idea of them being locking pliers, but you're using water pump pliers and channel locks and self-adjusting pliers and so many other pliers just because they're easier and simpler, because you get tired of having to adjust Vise-Grips. And these things are just absolutely a game changer. I'm really pretty surprised they didn't catch on better. But it's cool to see that a lot of people, once the patent expired, everybody thought they were actually pretty cool. And it's nice to see that a company like, once again, Beta Tools, at least you can get these from a respected high-quality manufacturer rather than just being stuck with pure Chinese knockoffs. super awesome, and one of the best pliers I probably picked up in a long time. Oh, and I'll end the video to say, because they have this spring, this extra rod, these extra components, versus a set of vice grips, you notice them, they're heavy. These things are probably a good 10-15% heavier. For 2 pliers of the same size class, yeah, these things have a bit of weight to them. But they actually work. They're the only design I've ever encountered of having self-adjusting locking pliers that I would really recommend to my subscribers, and tell people, even if all you can afford is the $20 Chescos or one of the Chinese knockoffs off of Amazon, even then, they're just so darn useful. So darn nice to have a set of auto-adjusting pliers, and it's just so nice to have an easy screw, which is much simpler to deal with, because all this is doing is adjusting how tight they lock. So if they're just not gripping enough, just a little bit of a twist on that, and they will lock a lot tighter. Just a little bit of a twist in the other direction if you just want to have something that's lightly locking and maybe isn't risking damaging the surface too much. Pretty awesome tool. Anyway, thanks for watching.